Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and Intel has announced that they are delaying their graphics cards again. They are citing software being, you know, good enough to go, and they're also saying that there are supply constraints and manufacturing constraints on that side in the supply chain. Kind of disappointing, but looking back and seeing repeat history, we should not be surprised. Now, Intel has had some other issues of getting products out on time or getting nodes ready, etc. But let's look more specifically at the head of the graphics division. This is Raja Kudoori, and he's done a lot of great work throughout his time, AMD and elsewhere where he's been at. But if you look at the last products that he was getting out at AMD, there was also software readiness and there's also delays in the product being released. Same thing is happening here at Intel. Now, do I think that he can be able to correct this and have a better path? Yes, but it is a little bit concerning that it's happening again. One thing that I'd like to see more of is, yes, software is a big deal, but you need to come in with being able to get these products out in a timely fashion. If software isn't ready, that can be understandable. These products that are now coming out, you're getting closer and closer if you're going in later this summer and going against Nvidia's new cards and AMD's new graphics cards, which then kind of puts your cards, unless you're going to make them a really insane smoking deal, irrelevant. And as much as I want to see more players in each and every market, because that's better for consumers, with Intel delaying this, it looks like we're not going to have that benefit of the doubt for the consumer, and it's just going to be another card out that's going to be not going to help us drive that performance to benefit ratio that us gamers are looking for, or even if you're in a different industry. And with AMD and Nvidia, let's say that they have rocking cards and they're competing with against each other. We've noticed that even when they compete against each other, these prices still go up in price. Is Intel going to follow suit if they ever catch up, or can Intel just never get there even if they have a super cheap product because they are behind in the performance level that they need to be, and even their more expensive ones are more worth the value? These are some concerning things coming out. Intel did say that there will be more mobile stuff coming out here later this quarter, and then desktops are going to be, I believe they said desktops are going to be released in China first. In a couple of articles I was reading, it's just disappointing here. I really think that Intel needs to have better direction. I know that they promoted Raja Koduri here, and I don't have any internal insight of exactly who's at fault at guidance here. As a developer myself, there's a lot of fault that could go around in different ways, but there needs to be somebody that gets a cadence out there to make sure that these drivers are getting out in a timely fashion and actually has a workability and reliability. So for me, let's say you don't have all the performance knocked down, get the reliability working a little bit better so that you can get that out to your customers. At some point, I actually think that you're going to need to maybe you need to discount these graphics cards a little bit more, take a little bit deeper cut in them, and get them out there so that they get in the user's hands so that they can really kind of test out your product for you. I don't like the whole beta side, everyone's a beta tester, but for this Intel, you can make a deep enough cut saying, we are bringing out these GPUs, we are going to be, we plan on undercutting the competition here, but as a result, we do want you to come out and file the bug reports that we need so that we can get these drivers up into a working state that's more acceptable for a mass adoption. That would be a big option here, Intel, to be able to go through and see, people do an uptake. I know right, as a software developer, me being able to use beta software is kind of like, okay, yeah, I'll jump on board. But a lot of other people would probably do the same thing and help you get that reliability out of your product that you need. And maybe help spur development to go even faster. I know Intel may, if Intel ever reached out, their one thing may too be like, hey, we need more developers. I understand that everybody needs more developers. Their developers seem to be in really high demand, but at the same time, you need to have something come out. This delay was really disappointing to me. I actually was looking forward to throwing one of these into my kids' machine that I built for them, but it looks like the longer I wait, the more I will have an Nvidia and AMD next generation option before that even happens, which was a huge disappointment. History of how these products have been developed is um, needs to improve, and I'm hoping that maybe the next generations they'll be more on top of things. But I'm not going to hold my breath. This is something I really was looking forward to see if the market was going to swing at all, and it looks like I'll be waiting a little bit longer before that comes to fruition. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, where you think it is, and where do you hope that Intel goes with their graphics products. I hope that they eventually catch up where they can be on the cadence release of AMD and Nvidia. I mean, that's really where they need to get to, so that when Nvidia and AMD are releasing a product, they're going to compete in that same generation and not a generation behind. Because if you're competing at a generation behind, is it even worth it? So, with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help support Gray Overload and help this channel grow. I really appreciate it. I'm still, working on getting my bathroom done, getting that finished. Man, it's taken a little bit more time to figure some things out with it, but it's progressing slowly but surely. It's progressing here. So I did have to do some other stuff in the basement to get that done. Hopefully, if you're bored with this whole update stuff, you've already clicked off the video. But I'm trying to get some insulation stuff done here while I can, and I have certain parts of the basement open up that will allow me to do that. But it all takes time. So until that, hopefully, the sooner it gets done, the sooner I can get back to doing more videos. With that, I do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Until next time, God bless. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.